Welcome to Stanley, Scuba, Sailing, and Adventures. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
This is Clearwater, Florida. Dive site, Gag Beat Pete, July 7th, 2020. This dive site was about a 45-minute boat ride from the marina. I booked my dive charter through Shea dive charters online. Their boat is docked behind the Wet Lines Bait and Tackle shop in Clearwater. When I booked my excursion, they let me know that they have a second boat that runs under the company name Tanks a lot, and that I may be assigned to either boat when I arrived at the dock. When I arrived at the dock, as it turns out, I was assigned to the Tanks a lot boat. I was the only non-local diver on the boat, and the boat was pretty full. The captain had forewarned me that the visibility this time of year was not very good and that the seas might be a little rough. That made sense to me given that it was July, and this time of year in Florida there are a lot of tropical storms and other systems moving through. The water's usually quite choppy. As you can see here, the visibility was not very good. Maybe 5 to 7 feet at best. The average temperature recorded by my dive computer was a warm 87 degrees. I was diving in just trunks and a t-shirt. It was quite comfortable. I didn't mind the visibility. Given all of the travel restrictions lately and the difficulty even being able to get somewhere to dive, I was very happy to be in the water. During the dive briefing, it was explained that this was a shelf dive, a feature formed from a prehistoric river. Easy to navigate. You could follow the edge away from the anchor and then follow the edge right back. This was a morning dive and it lasted just about an hour. The average depth that I recorded on the dive was 30 feet with a max depth of 37 feet, so not a very deep dive. The sky was quite active as the clouds were building and we were looking for an afternoon thunderstorm or two. As the clouds rolled over, you can really see the change in the color of the water. It was an active dive site. As you can see, there were many fish to look at, barrel sponges, among other things. The service was good on the Tanks a Lot dive boat, with the exception that I had ordered and purchased nitrox and they did not have an analyzer available, so I switched back to air just to be on the safe side. This lizard fish was very interesting. I always enjoy looking at them. They're bottom dwellers and they don't usually swim very far. They'll let you get pretty close and then they'll swim a little bit, but usually not more than a couple feet. They have many sharp teeth in their mouth. Near the end of the dive, I came across this Gulf toadfish. They're quite interesting looking. They're bottom dwellers and opportunistic feeders. They like to feed on bait fish. This one was not shy. We went back and forth a little bit as I tried to get some photographs and video. Every time I'd back away, he'd come out, and when I'd get closer, he'd duck into his little hole. You can see the silt flowing by. There was a little bit of a current, so I kept getting turned around as I was trying to take photographs and video this little guy. I don't know that I'd ever seen a Gulf toadfish before, and I was a little surprised that when I went to do some research, I couldn't find much information on them other than just the very basics. They commonly weigh between 2 to 3 pounds and measure 11 to 14 inches. Other than their bottom dwellers and opportunistic feeders and feed on bait fish, there wasn't much else to be found. Anyway, it was a great dive. I enjoyed the location and I'd like to see it again when the visibility is better. I'm sure I'll return and dive again with Shea or Tanks a Lot dive charters. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.